Hello, I am here with Jim Coder, who is here to talk about self-care in the child welfare system. Now, Jim, what has been your experience in seeing how people who work in the child welfare system manage their self-care?
Well, I think it's a subject that we really need to pay a lot more attention to, because I think it's typical for people in the field, at least in my own experience, to see folks who feel that they need to care for everybody else, and they don't spend enough time really thinking about their own needs and the effect that some of the situations that they're involved in can have on them and what their emotional reactions might be.
And what challenges exist within the system regarding self-care?
Well, I think one of the challenges that does exist within the system is that folks in the system are frankly, I hate to say overworked, but they certainly have large caseloads, and they have a great many demands. And I think because their time is at such a premium, self-care often is one of the things that they don't pay enough attention to during the course of their workday, but also sometimes even after work, because there are certainly opportunities for self-care as well.
Right. And what consequences have you seen for people who are not successful?
I think people that can't really manage that very well often burn out. That seems to be a factor with some folks. I think in some aspects of child welfare and juvenile justice, staff can become a little bit less sensitive to what's happening with the people that they're working with, and almost develop kind of a jaded approach to the work that they have, which is very unfortunate, and I don't think is in their nature, but I think happens just as a result of the overwhelming responsibilities and the stress that they're feeling from their job.
And in your own successful practice, what has worked for you in terms of self-care?
I think one of the most important things for me is the opportunity to talk about what's happening with other workers and co-workers as well as family, and be able to express some of that and kind of work it out that way.
And lastly, what are your best tips and strategies for successful self-care in the child welfare system?
Well, I think one of the most important things is good supervision, as well as recognition by those folks that are in charge of agencies or systems that that's an important component to take a look at and to really promote that within the workforce.
Great. Thank you so much for coming in today.
Thank you.